Hey everyone, welcome to another MLM dumpster fire. Today we're back for another top MLM fails video, and this is our 108th episode. And listen, I know Jessie Lee has been in my title very often lately, but you guys keep clicking on it. I also forgot to include this little haters, MLM haters video in any of my previous videos about MLM haters or top MLM fails. So we only have one little clip today about her, and we're gonna start with that. So we're gonna get that out of the way straight away, and then we're gonna go into some other messed up stuff. That's what we're gonna do today. Thank you for tuning in. Even if you're here just for the one short Jessie Lee clip, thank you for clicking. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. That would really help my channel out. And as always, big shout out to all my channel members. Appreciate you guys. And without further ado, let's just get into this. So as promised, let's just watch Jessie Lee address the haters once again.
You can take literally everything from me. You cannot take my brain, and you cannot take my work ethic, and you cannot stop me from being passionate. I will all of you up again. You can't take that from somebody. Cancel me. Tell people I'm a scammer. Like, be mad that I'm all these things. Oh, she must have had facial surgery. I'm just hot, okay? Take it up with my ancestors. Like, okay, you don't like me, but you can't stop someone who won't quit.
So I guess this was kind of a threat. Like, imagine your boss giving a presentation or something and saying things like that about the competitors or something. That is so messed up. It's so unprofessional. I don't know. I guess people were clapping because they thought, wow, look at her. She's a badass or whatever. Is this a business? Is this your boss? I guess not. I guess everyone's their own boss in an MLM. No, they're not. How does that make sense? Your boss should not be doing things like that. Maybe that's just my opinion. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about her too much because I've been talking about her way too much lately. So let's just move on to the next one. Next one is our iGenius Hun Dakota, and she's back with another valuable lesson. If you don't remember, she's the one that likes to poor shame people, and she also says that if your significant other, you get along with everything else in your life, but they don't want to be an entrepreneur like yourself, it's not gonna work and you need to break it off. So let's see what advice she's gonna give us today.
Of the version of yourself that you've always wanted to be, like the lifestyle, the luxury, the traveling, I don't know, whatever your highest valued version of yourself is, money aside, picture that person. How much is that person worth? Like, genuinely, how much is that version of you worth? Because some of y'all are afraid to spend $300 to potentially get that version of yourself. Like, I would spend thousands of dollars if it meant that I got to be the highest value version of myself. But some of you guys are like, no, I don't want to risk $300. What's the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario, you lose $300 that you were going to spend on anyways. You were already going to spend that $300. But best case scenario, you get that life that you just pictured at the start of the video.
We cannot see how many people don't make any money in iGenius because they don't put out an income disclosure statement. But according to the FTC, across all multi-level marketing companies anyway, up to 99% of people never makes any profit. So the worst case scenario happens to 99% of people that join. Also, it's not all about money. It's not all about success. Also, not everyone has $300 to spend. Also, you're not just gonna spend $300. You're gonna spend a lot more on iGenius or any other MLM if you end up joining, because there's always going to be something that you should buy, whether it's a mindset book, a products, or whatever. Trading, investing. Isn't iGenius investment company? So you buy a starter kit, you buy a membership, whatever, for let's say $300. You still have to invest, no? Or are you just recruiting? Because if you're just recruiting, then you're in a pyramid scheme. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. The other two are a bit lengthy, and this one is from a Plexus Hun. Join me. Let's charge up mentally. Whatever the hell that means, lady.
Good morning. Actually, afternoon now. If you're in Eastern Standard Time, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys. And I am so excited to be on here because in just a few days, we are going to do a challenge. And that challenge is with Plexus products and the reset. Okay, so as y'all know, I've been doing these products for like a year and a half. And the one thing that I'll tell you is, oops, I just dropped my box. But after any holiday food or all the gifts that you get and the candies and the charcuteries and all the things, sometimes you need to reset your body. Okay, and what it does is it's just gonna help cleanse out some of the junk to really pave the way for rapid results, okay? I've done this reset twice already in the past year. And the reason why I did it is because I can take the products all day, but the food that we consume, y'all know, and I'm going to tell you an example. I've been eating so clean. When I tell you eating so clean, I've been eating lean meats, green vegetables, no bread, no corn, no pizza, no pastas, not very much cheese. And on Christmas Day, I consumed some of those things for breakfast. Just because I was with family and I wanted to do it, right? And I love, food that tastes really good. So that was all fine and well until Monday rolled around and the ramifications of eating.
Okay, ED, trigger warning for EDs, and talks about food and just unhealthy relationship with food. So if you are not up to something like that, also there is trauma dumping, very heavy topics later on with the Seint. So yeah, you might want to tap out of this one if you're sensitive to those topics. This is sad because I've been there, I've done that before. And you think that if you eat clean, that means that you can't have any delicious food. Like this lady is not eating cheese. Cheese is, well, it depends how much cheese you eat. I eat cheese almost every day. I'm pretty fit, pretty healthy. I'm in good shape. Probably in the best shape I've ever been in my life. And I don't restrict anything. And like I said, I do understand that because I've been in the situation before where I thought even seasoning was bad and I wouldn't season my food and I would just eat like salmon and rice with no seasoning or any kind of taste or anything like that. I would starve myself like that. I was very unhappy. That's unsustainable, very restrictive and toxic, and obviously it's not the way to go. Even if you end up losing some weight with being restrictive like that, you're gonna bring it back, probably gonna end up developing an ED, and it's very I just feel so bad for this lady.
Crap, literally. Had me congested, feeling lethargic, sluggish, not good. I enjoyed it in the moment, which has really kind of been my whole lifelong story with my love affair with food. I think that's the only thing I've done fully loved was food, besides my kids and this business, Livy Ray. So one of the things that I know is that Plexus came up with the reset box, and what it is that a 3-day liquid.
I mean, it's even more sad that she has been struggling with that her whole life.
Liquid. But what you're getting is gobs and gobs of protein, all the things you need to cleanse you from a cellular level and just reset your metabolism to start on your daily programs. And it is the beginning of the year, but you don't have to wait until a new year to detox and cleanse your body, right? So I'm just on here to let you guys know on the night.
I feel like it's been a while since we said this and mentioned this and just made a note. You don't have to detox your body. Like, you don't have to use products to detox your body because your liver and your kidneys naturally do that. If you're a healthy person, no health issues, nothing, your liver and your kidneys are gonna detox you. There's really no need to even worry about that.
Of this month, we are doing a 28-day challenge with people who are already on the product, people who want to try the product, or people who are taking some Plexus products like me. I take the ProBio, the Bio Cleanse, the Slim, the Active every day, and the vitamins. I do the Vital Biome and a couple other products. I also have the Ease, which is great. It's like nature's ibuprofen and Nerve in my wheelhouse over here of things that I love. But because the holidays came and I was eating up a little bit of stuff here and there, I really want to reset myself, and not because it's the first of the year, just because I know what I consumed and I didn't feel good. And my face was a little like this after Christmas because the inflammation hits when you eat some of that stuff, right? So I am here to show you guys the reset. It comes in an orange box, and inside the box is going to be 3 different boxes with your daily stuff. Don't get excited because it doesn't switch up. It is their proprietary packets of things that work, okay? You can reset if you're out of control. So each day in every box is going to be your daily routine of what you need to do. And inside the box is going to be all of the different things. So the first thing you're going to start with is your hydrate packet, because you're going to wake up after sleeping. You're going to do your hydrate packet and get rocking, okay? The next thing is going to be your protein pack. So you're going to do your protein shake, which I'm currently having as my meal replacement. I'm not a fan of chocolate, but I love their vanilla, and they do seasonal. They just did sea salted caramel for the holidays, and when I tell you, it was so.
You're not a fan of chocolate? I hope she just meant the taste. Let me know if you like chocolate. I have only met one person in my whole life so far that said that they don't like chocolate. I think she meant the flavor, but I was still a little bit triggered. Like, what? Excuse me?
Good. So good. The third thing you're going to do is in the middle of the day, late morning, is a Slim Hunger Control. And what this does is the Hunger Control version of Slim has more fiber in it, so you feel fuller. There is a regular Slim and the Hunger Control. So if you're a person that feels like you need a little bit of help feeling fuller, this is the Hunger Control packet. For lunch, you get a packet of collagen bone broth. Not only is this good for your skin, it's also good for a little bit of that, helping to restore your body at a cellular level. And it's tasty. I've done it twice already, but I will say I added garlic, a little seasoned salt to mine. Get as hot as you can. Make it like a tea. Drink it, okay? The next thing is your mid-afternoon snack, which is a only chewable in this box for the day. So by then you're like, oh yeah. Day one, it's easy. Day two, it gets a little rough. By day three, it's not easy. But once you make it past day three, I can guarantee if this is all you do and you do this and you start the program, you are jet setting your way to feeling better and getting rid of some of the bloating and the unwanted pounds right away.
No, you're not. You're restricting yourself and you're digging up a hole for yourself to a very, very unhealthy, toxic relationship with food and diet. And once you stop starving yourself and restricting yourself, you're going to gain all the weight that you lost back.
First 2 times I did it, I dropped 6 pounds. And I am only 10 pounds away from my original goal. And this is the only thing I've ever done is Plexus products combined with, changing what I eat, y'all, and starting to walk, that I've ever managed to master my own personal journey with food, okay? I grew up in the South. Whether we were mad, sad, or glad, we were fed. And I grew up on a farm, so y'all can imagine. My grandma had a corn farm, potato farm. So we ate corn, potatoes, and she made biscuits or cornbread every single day. So that had been instilled in me for my lifelong thing, and it's not easy to change your mindset as to what you're going to eat. And I'm not on here saying don't eat all those things, but you have to switch it up. And when you put supplements in your life that add to what we're eating on the daily, that do not have, our foods don't have the things in it that we need. Everybody preaches this. Everybody preaches this. And I'm here because I'm a witness to it. I mean, I know.
Everybody in MLMs preaches that, but a lot of the people outside of the MLMs, a lot of the people who are in the fitness industry, who are dietitians, personal trainers, anything like that, at least most that I follow, would be like, yeah, you don't really need supplements. Especially for weight loss, you don't really need supplements. If you're a healthy, average person, no health issues, nothing like that, other than maybe a few extra, well, not a few, even if you have quite a lot of extra weight on yourself, you don't need to take any supplements to lose that weight. If you want to lose that weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit and you need to work out or go for long walks or do some kind of physical activity where you're going to burn more calories than what your intake is. And it's not easy, but you don't need any kind of supplements to do that, to help you with that. I personally only take protein powder and a pre-workout because I work out very early in the morning and I'm way too sleepy. I need something to wake me up quickly. A little bit of caffeine, it's just a little, my protein gummies. I only take protein shakes, protein powder, because I want to get stronger, especially on my lower body days or upper body days when I'm lifting heavier. Then I take the extra protein because it helps with muscle growth and that's my goal. But when I was losing weight, I wasn't using any supplements and I managed to lose quite a lot of weight actually. I don't remember how much it was. It was back in 2020, but changing your food, making sure that you're eating all the different nutritions and macros you need. You don't even need to actually count calories or anything like that. I did all of my fitness goals and everything. I reached all of them without ever tracking calories or macros or anything like that. Just kind of using common sense and approximately be like, okay, this is healthy and this is my portion size and la la la. You know what I mean? I don't want to go too deep into that because I'm not a fitness expert or anything like that. That's just my experience.
So after your smart snack, you get a post-afternoon little pick-me-up to help you keep going, because I used to drink coffee every day. I've converted my coffee and my energy drinks and all the things that I was consuming into this little packet of Active. I typically drink it in the morning with my Slim, but because this is programmed to help you get through the day, I'll be drinking it in the mid-afternoon when the challenge starts. After that happens, dinner. All right, we get another soup. It is a collagen soup. It's tomato based. It's pretty tasty. I mean, it's not that thick, so it is a little bit watery when you put the water in. If you put less water and you want it a little thicker, you can do that. You do have an option to add a couple almonds or a part of a green apple if you absolutely feel like you just gotta have that crunch or that chewable factor besides a bar. You can do that. And then the last thing of the night, and this is not for the week, y'all. It's called Restore. It's a lemon berry that you drink at night, and it helps to cleanse and do all the things while you're sleeping. I'm telling you right now, it's the greatest thing I've ever done. And y'all know I've done a lot of things, or if you don't know, I have in the past. But since starting Plexus, I've been able to really manage food cravings and really manage my emotional connection with food, okay? A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, you joined a predatory company and all of this. I didn't start these products to have a business or to even think that I was going to tell people about these products. I started these products because I was suffering every day with IBS and problems. And I just couldn't get a handle on...
Okay, lady, we need a disclaimer there because you just made a claim that Plexus is going to help you with IBS. And as someone who has IBS, I do not appreciate that, but I do understand your suffering. I know it's hard, but MLM products are not the solution.
And what was happening, and what I've known from working at Livy Ray for many years, is that women either have too much yeast or not enough. I never had enough. So I was not able to get a hold of the things that I was eating that was depositing and creating awful gut health for me. So I come to you today to tell you that if you want to join the challenge, it starts on the 9th. Hit us up in the link in my bio. You can do the wellness survey and we can make recommendations. But by all means, before you do any of that, you can start with the reset. This thing is amazing. My mother's done it twice, and my mom told me that at 73 years old, this is the greatest she's ever felt in her entire life. She is a nighttime nurse at a rehab home. She works 12-hour shifts. She's up and going all the time, feeling great. And she told me this the first time since she was in her 30s.
She's 73 and she's still working. What? That's horrible. Poor lady. Also, she's starving herself at that age. That's also horrible.
That she's been at a manageable weight that she's at. And for her and for me to see her, I'm like, oh my God, Mom, you're so small. And she feels great and she looks great. And, you know, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, I just have to say that small doesn't equal healthy or happy. I mean, maybe she feels okay in her case, but very slippery slope here, lady.
Sister takes it. Our shop manager has lupus. She's on Plexus. She doesn't need the reset necessarily for weight loss, but she does need it to help cleanse, okay? So just know that starting any program, whether you do this or whether you're here because you just doing the New Year's resolution, I don't make resolutions. I don't make resolutions for all that stuff because I think that you can have a goal, but just resolve to reset, okay? So you guys hit me up. I'll post this. You can make comments. You can go to the link in the bio on here. It's right in my bio on this page. Fill out the wellness survey. We'll get back to you. And we would love to help you. Like, I'm excited to start this reset. Not only that, other people that take this product are doing it. And there is a huge prize at the end for the biggest transformation. And it's not necessarily just the physical look about it. It's sharing, it's telling, it's doing, it's, you know, your true testimony. There's $1,000 up for grabs. Hello, that would pay for your reset and your Plexus for almost an entire year. So make sure you guys hit the link in the bio to do the wellness survey. That way we can get back to you, make recommendations, and I'd love to have you join us on this challenge starting January 9th. Happy New Year to you all. Be blessed. and have a safe week.
I don't think she's very high up in Plexus, and I really, really think that she is, in my opinion, brainwashed, and she's not on a good, healthy fitness path, and it's just sad. So I'm just gonna move on. But unfortunately, the next one has a lot of trauma dumping, and I've said this earlier, if you're sensitive to that, then maybe skip out on that one, because man, I've only seen a few minutes of this, and it's heavy. If you were here up to this point, thank you, I appreciate you. I will see you some other time. And if you're staying, buckle up. It's called Finding Your Beauty, a love letter from a Seint artist.
Hey beauties, it has been on my heart to do this video for a while. And here I am already getting a little emotional about it. First of all, I want to say that I became a Seint artist because I love it. I've always loved makeup well before I was even allowed to wear makeup. I was sneaking my mom's makeup. I love it, and I always have. And so I became a Seint artist because I love this one so much, and I felt like it was so different. And so I am putting out a lot of information about feeling and looking beautiful and about makeup. You are beautiful and you are worthy whether you wear makeup or not. I believe that all women are beautiful with or without makeup, and I would never shame women who choose not to wear makeup and who feel beautiful without it.
I usually don't wear makeup, and I have not worn makeup in any videos until last week. Interesting coincidence, but thank you for acknowledging that. Like she said, you are beautiful, you don't need makeup, and you especially don't need MLM makeup. It's just my opinion.
And just like I would never shame a woman who likes to paint her face up and do it like a glittering disco ball every single day. That is your prerogative as a woman, to be and create yourself in the most beautiful way you feel possible. And life in this world and people are really, really tough. And it is hard for people to get confidence. It's hard enough to hang on to and build self-esteem with everything people have been through on their journey. I met a woman about a month and a half or 2 months ago, and it was the first time I had met her, and we were talking because she had twins and I have twins, and she couldn't look me in the eye. And I could tell that her confidence was really low, and it broke my heart. You know, we get a lot of feedback from the world that we're not skinny enough, we're not athletic enough, we're not young enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not flawless enough, our skin isn't good enough, we're not good enough. You know, we have these you know, you may have addictions, or you have this past, or whatever the junk that you carry is. We look at ourselves, women especially, we're really hard on ourselves, and we look at ourselves kind of with broken glasses, and we see what we consider the flaws, the things that we don't like, and that's what we zero in on, and that lives in our brain every single day, and that's all we can look at. And makeup is great because it can hide and blend and camouflage those a little bit and bring out the things you like and kind of tone down or blend the things that you don't like. I will say I feel more beautiful with makeup, and
Sure, I don't have much to say about this, but I feel like you should probably work more on accepting the things that you might not like. Not necessarily, you don't need to change them, but like I had a nose job because I didn't like my nose. I think that was 7 or 8 years ago. I was pretty young, I was in my early 20s. I had been bullied every single day, horribly bullied every single day over the size and the shape of my nose. And it was something that I knew that I wanted to change when I was 12 years old. I was 12 years old when I started putting money away for my nose job in the future, which is so messed up. It's so freaking messed up. Obviously, when I would look in the mirror, I would not like that, but I would not be able to change that with makeup. So also, like I said, camouflaging stuff that you don't like just seems kind of, you're just hiding it, trying to hide it, but it's gonna come up to the surface eventually and it's gonna really bother you. So you should probably work more on accepting everything. But again, who am I to say that? Because I had a nose job and that was the only thing that that I really didn't like on my face. Obviously there's my thin lips and whatever, but it's not something that bothers me as much. I'm not gonna change that, not gonna bother changing anything about it. And I don't put makeup to hide my thin lips, you know what I mean? I don't know, like, who am I to give anyone this advice? This is just my opinion. I don't know how I feel about this, and I think that's my point.
I think that makeup done right, and the right kind of makeup, can accentuate and build upon a woman's beauty and make it pop and come out even more. Some of what you may feel like are your flaws, it can hide that. It can accentuate your beauty and your uniqueness in wonderful, beautiful, magical feeling ways. And I believe that it can do that for any woman. And so when I have done makeovers for women, and when I have received makeup free selfies from women when they're at their most vulnerable, especially if they're used to presenting the world their face with makeup on only, you know, when they talk to me about their insecurities and the flaws that they see and the way that they see themselves in a very real way, because they're wanting help from me in changing those or hiding those, then I see these women at their most vulnerable with the mask off. I see them and I fall in love with your faces. You know, I see beauty. Oh goodness. I see beauty in all women. And as I'm getting to know women on this intimate, vulnerable level and doing their makeup and accentuating, I didn't know this was gonna be this hard, as I am communicating with them and accentuating their features, and as I see the end result when they're excited and they are feeling beautiful and they are seeing themselves as beautiful, sometimes for the first time in a long time, sometimes the first time ever, then, and to see they're confident, which confidence is so hard to get. It's not something you can go out and buy. I will tell you that I've seen it change some women's lives, and every bit as much and maybe more, I feel like it has affected me, and what I knew was a spiritual direction for me to take has become way much more spiritual and a bigger part of my spiritual journey than I had any idea.
This is all fine, okay? This lady sounds like she loves all women. She's very, whatever, empowering, la la la. Aside from me not agreeing that you should be depending on makeup to hide your flaws, whatever you think is your flaw, that does not sound healthy to me, because I've been that way as well in the past. I would not even go to a shop. I would not take a step outside of my apartment without having any makeup on, at least some foundation, because I hated everything on my face, my skin. I was very unhappy, and I don't think me hiding my flaws or whatever I didn't like with makeup helped me. What helped me is accepting myself and going out without makeup and being confident without makeup. Then on the whole other side, you're a Seint artist. You're using Seint makeup for these makeovers. You see these women when they're the most vulnerable. Do you recruit them? Do you recruit them into Seint and they all become Seint artists? That's my question in all of this. Because if you do, that contradicts everything that you just said and you cried about, because you are recruiting those vulnerable women who open up to you about their flaws and insecurities. You're using that to recruit them into Seint. Do you know that those women have 99% of chances of never making any profit with Seint? They can just buy and use the makeup, fine. But if you're recruiting them to do the business with you, that is messed up, and that contradicts everything that you just said here. It kind of cancels it out.
I don't know if I am going to include this part. I may edit it out, but it is part of it for me, and so I'm gonna say it anyway because I said it to my sister-in-law and it really hit home, and it's true. But my mom, who was my best friend, passed away a few years ago, and there was a mix-up at the funeral home.
Yeah, you see where this is going. This is very triggering and hard to listen to. So if you need to tap out, please tap out now.
And I had to do her makeup. They had started the wake. There were people lining up. And we had just got to see her shortly before and realized that they hadn't put any makeup on her. And before she got sick, she was a beauty, and she wouldn't have went places without makeup, and she was sick for quite a while. And she didn't feel good enough. And that became, it was about survival, and anything like that just fell off the wagon, and she kind of lost herself a little bit. But I had done her makeup before, and this was before I became a Seint artist. So it wasn't with my Seint makeup. But I will tell you, it's not something that I ever would have thought that I could do, because we were so close. But putting on her makeup for the very last time felt like the only gift I could give her in that moment. It was my way of loving and caring for her in the only way I could in these final moments. You know, I've seen other artists who are battling cancer right now and who have lost all their hair, and their skin is a mess from chemotherapy. And I have seen women with alopecia who have no eyelashes, no eyebrows, no hair, and they do amazing things with their makeup. I've known people and seen people who have really significant birthmarks that take up at least half of their face, that are really dark, and they've never felt beautiful. In fact, sometimes they felt like a monster, and they wanted to hide from other people, from a mirror. And this makeup and the color correcting and the things it does and just the whole process has given them kind of...
Okay, like, this is really hard. Like, just the thought of it. What is the point of this? Why is she sharing this? It's not just Seint makeup. Any makeup can do all of this. And I think personally that the point of her sharing this is to recruit people into Seint. Why are you doing this? Why did you have to do that? You know what I mean?
A new lease on life in a way, because they're living life way differently than they were before. And so you may think that makeup is so trivial and so shallow and so silly, but for the women that it's important to, those are the women that I'm reaching out to about the makeup. If you already feel confident and beautiful, then you don't need my help with it. If you don't, or if 5 years from now you develop really severe rosacea, or, you know, as you age, or whatever the situation, God forbid you end up with a disease or treatment where you no longer feel beautiful or confident, then I am putting myself out there and putting this content out there to reach you. So if you don't need the help, then you go, girl. I am proud of you. You're already there. You are where I am trying to get everyone. I know it's impossible to get to every woman in the world who doesn't feel like that, but I'm doing what I can. I hope that my information, my content that I put out there is either encouraging to you or makes you laugh or makes you happy or something positive. I hope that whether you ever wear a stitch in makeup or not, I hope that you feel beautiful and confident right now. And if you don't, I hope that you find the thing or the things that gets you there, because life is short, life is precious, and you are worth it. You should not go through life feeling not worthy and feeling not beautiful. And, you know, you should know your worth and you should feel beautiful. And whether that has to do anything with physical beauty or not, I want you to walk through this world feeling beautiful. One of my things is as simple as makeup, and it could be the difference between women who've never really loved themselves before, never saw their own beauty or value or worth, and didn't know until now that she was beautifully and wonderfully made. So if a simple little thing like makeup can help, if I can help women to love themselves more,
Alright, well, apparently that is the end of the video, and like I said, that's all fine. The things that she said, she sounds like she wants to help women be confident, whatever. But on the other hand, this is posted, like I said, to recruit people into Seint. I'm very confused, but you let me know down below what you thought about this. This was obviously a heavy one, and don't say I didn't warn you, but if you made it through, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. You're a trooper. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button if you'd like to support my channel and myself. And as always, big shout out to all my channel members. Appreciate you guys as well. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.